Shut up and sit down.
Well, hello, welcome. North Wales side-by-side video. Again, we're with Project MR2. What I'm going to do tonight is some exploratory work. I want to get that Philips radio out because I've noticed it's a doubled in hole in the dash, and I want to put an Apple CarPlay head unit in because I don't like the sat-nav up on the windscreen. It spoils your vision and it's not up to date. I'd rather everything in the head unit, and I'm used to Apple CarPlay because I've got it in the GR Yaris. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get the stereo out. So I'm assuming I've got to take all this trim off. I suspect all the knobs off the aircon. There's going to be a few screws somewhere. So let's see if we can figure it out. I'm assuming they need to come off. How? Oh, that easy. There should be two screws in there. There's only one. I'll go and get the other one off, and then let's see if this panel comes off. There's only one screw in the other side as well. Because it's a Japanese car, I'm going to use a JASO screwdriver. And I'm going to see if I've got any more of these screws. When I put it back together, I can put two back in. So let me get the other one. Exactly the same screw on this side. I'm just going to use a trim tool. And off they come. They're really easy to get off. Looks like there's just a couple of screws holding the radio in. Looks like there's one there. And there's one on that side. I do believe all these have to come off. So, I don't know, shall I put them up there? If I stick them all up that way, I know when I put them back on where they were pointing. They were all pointing up. We'll have to remember that. There should be screws in there. There isn't. I believe that's got to come off as well. There it goes. There should have been screws in there and there, I would think, but there isn't. So let's grab my trim tool. There's one electrical connector on the back, which I will remove. All the yellow tabs are on. Let me just get that connector off. I've pulled the ashtray out. Apparently I had to do that because apparently there's 2 screws inside the ashtray, according to the manual. I can only see one. Looks like 10mm headed bolt. So I think we'll pull that off next. I'll go get a 10mm socket, and that should expose the radio and let it come out. Yep, that's definitely a 10mm bolt. So we'll remove that. And that looks like it's just released the power socket and the ashtray. So let's put that safe. Right, let me figure out how to get that off. Well, I did finally get the stereo out. But whilst I was doing it, a friend of my niece's turned up and I didn't get any more filming done. What I was interested in was, because I've ordered a new stereo, I didn't know if I needed to order the patch leads from the Toyota harness, which are these. I've already got the ISO patch leads in the car, so I don't need to order a set of them. That was what I really wanted to know. So that's just standard fittings on the back of all the radios. So I know now I can just slot the stereo in, plug it in, set it up, put all the interior back in. But we'll do the reverse. When I put it back in, we'll do the reverse. Well, I'm back on the stereo in the MR2. And I've been out and bought myself a SONY head unit that does Apple CarPlay. And it comes with all the leads to connect it up to the harness that's in the car now. That's the plug for the SONY. That's the plug for the ISO. It comes with a little bezel, microphone for the phone, some removal keys. So I'm going to get it out the cage, fit the cage, and start putting the stereo in. But first I'm going to wire it up and make sure she works. So I've got the stereo and I've forgotten to bring the leads with me. I've got 2 ISO plugs here, 1 speakers, That should theoretically go into the back of the stereo.
Yeah.
Hiya, Ben.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've got the camera running, by the way. I need some keys, but I did have some. There they are. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm alright.
I was waiting for you earlier, yeah. I was like sat over there.
Was you down there?
Yeah.
(2023). Which one's this? That's date. 27th today. And it's August, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the time? 14. And 11. Call it 12. Oh, call it that. So that's okay. Close.
So you will have to like drive to the shop if you're going to give it to me, because I don't want you to get
No, it's okay. Real somewhere.
Is that what you went out for today?
Yeah, it's one I've just been to buy.
Where'd you go?
Halford's in Rill.
Did you go down past? Did you go down the Trimmadon Hill?
Yeah.
I must have seen you then, because I saw your car go past.
Yeah, I did go down Trevor.
Yeah, I saw you.
There's the aerial. So where does that go? That goes in there. Okay. So let's see. Oh, my aerial's down, but it doesn't matter.
Did we put it up for you?
No, it's okay.
That's cool. Oh, so you can plug your phone in and listen to your music now?
What I'm hoping it does. If I can get the USB cable out of there. There it is. Round does it go? That way. There we are. Oh, phone. I'm more bothered about maps and things like that.
That will work. Click. Allow.
No. Well, that's what I was after.
There you go.
Satellite. All I was after, maps.
Well, now you know that works.
Right, I didn't film fitting the stereo. With the car being such a small interior, I kept getting in the way of the camera, so I thought I'd just leave it till I'd got it in. Because some kind person at some stage in the car's life had hacked the Toyota brackets off that the stereo bolted to. So I had to figure some way of mounting the stereo in the cage that it came with. So I've had to bolt the cage into the car off the metal support brackets that run behind the trim, so the stereo doesn't wobble about. So she's finally fitted. Let me just turn her on. She boots up really quick. You can ignore that, it goes off on its own. I've got my phone paired to it. Gives me all my numbers and everything, my phone book works. The dial works. Bluetooth audio works. And the reason why I bought this stereo is a lot of them I looked at didn't have any physical buttons on it, and the USB was at the back, and I wanted the USB at the front, and I wanted a physical volume button that I could find when I was driving. That's the reason why I went for this Sony head unit. Let me just plug my phone into the lightning cable. That was what I wanted more than anything else. My Apple CarPlay. And my Google Maps, because that's what I use as navigation in the GR, and I like the system. It just works so nicely. And the stereo is just really simple to use. It's just a really simple. It's got loads of presets in it. And it's just what I wanted in the car. And it's quite a neat fit. And it brings the interior of the car up to date a little bit. Because it was one thing I was really missing. Not having Apple CarPlay in the car. And if the phone went, I'm having to stop. I've also wired the microphone up. I've got the microphone there, so that's accessible, and theoretically it should work. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm quite pleased. It's quite a nice little stereo. It's not overpowering in the car. It looks good in the dashboard. It's flush. And it fits really, really nice. And it was a really easy fit. It was literally just plug and play. As soon as I plugged it in, it came alive. I know, that's the Sony Apple CarPlay unit in the MR2. Thanks for watching.